We are going to review threading a needle and tying a knot so you can get yourself ready to sew something. The needle kits come in little tins like this. You have to check them out from Mrs. Hayes. On the top there are 4 metal needles, thimbles, you can use these to protect yourself while you're sewing, chalk to make marks on your fabric, paper clips to hold your fabric together, and these little slips of paper which are needle threaders. So all these items need to be returned to this tin before you turn it back into Mrs. Hayes, except for the paper clips. So if you need more paper clips, let me know. Fiber, scissors, and thread are in the fiber center. So the first thing you will do is unravel some thread. And I always suggest that you sew with no more than an arm's length. So that means the amount of thread that fits between your arms when they are stretched out. If you use more than that, it's going to easily get tangled. So we cut some thread, and we find the end, and then we're going to get our needle threader and our needle. So you open up the needle threader. This is kind of like a hot dog bun, and you're going to lay the thread inside. And we don't want it to stick out the end. So, should look like that. Close it up. And it's going to go through the eye of the needle. So you have to kind of line up that little point. And I'm not going to lie, this can be kind of tricky. So take your time, be patient. Helps if this is totally closed. Then you're going to push that through. Pull it through the other end. And then put the needle threader back in the needle tin. And then we're going to pull this down and leave a tail. So your tail should be pretty good length. When you sew, you're going to be holding it over the eye of the needle, which is that little opening, so it doesn't keep coming unthreaded. Now we're going to tie a knot at the other end. And so to tie a knot, you are going to take your thread and wrap it around your finger so you have an X. And this is going to be something you need to practice 4, 5, 6, 7 times if you've never done this before. So before you even thread your needle, I would suggest you use a piece of thread and you practice tying knots. Then I'm going to take my thumb and roll it off my finger so I get this messy little twist. Then I'm going to take my fingers above that messy twist and I'm going to slide it down. And that makes a knot. If my knot is too small, it may come out, so you may have to do this twice. So again, make an X, roll it off your finger, and I'm going to put my finger above that messy little twist and slide it down. You are now ready to start sewing. At the end of class, whether you are done or not, the needle needs to come back off your little tail. It goes back on the magnet. You make sure there's 4 thimbles, chalk, needle threaders, and if we need new paper clips, let Mrs. Hayes know. Turn this back into Mrs. Hayes. Return your thread and fiber art center scissors. If you do happen to lose any needles on the ground, I have these handy little magnet wands. Come check one of these out, and you can just use it, see how quick that sticks, to go along the floor and find that missing needle. We cannot leave needles out. That's a safety issue.